everybody, and happy almost Nowruz, which is also known as Persian New Year. Today I wanted to show you two traditional dishes that Iranians typically make for the celebration of Nowruz, which involves a lot of herbs, and those herbs really symbolize the rebirth and renewal of nature, and also it's a celebration of spring. So let's go and see how we're going to make these two traditional dishes. One is Kuku Sabzi and the other one is Sabzi polo. Today I'm getting ready to show you how we can make two delicious traditional Iranian dish called Kuku Sabzi and Sabzi polo. And I have washed all the herbs and cleaned them, cut the stems off, and I'm drying them. And after they are completely dry, we are going to chop them, and then I will show you these two wonderful recipes. Okay, we washed all our herbs and they are completely dry. To start our sabzi polo, we need cilantro, parsley, dill, and then we really need green garlic, fresh garlic, but I couldn't find it. It was sold out, so I decided to replace it with green onions, but I'm going to go ahead and use also the white part of the green onions. We're going to chop these really fine into really small pieces. You can use a food processor to do this. It's not going to be as good as chopping them with your hands, because when you use a food processor, the way it cuts the herbs, it becomes wet and it's not as good. But you can also use it, no problem, it will taste the same. But if you decide to chop these by hand, you can just get a bunch of the herbs here and kind of roll it, cut it in half, and then go ahead and chop it like this. But just make sure that you end up with very small pieces here. And then you can again go like that, and then finish chopping the herbs. Okay, I'm going to chop all my herbs, and I'm going to be back to show you how we're going to make this delicious mixed rice. Okay, our chopped herbs are all ready and looking beautiful. Look at this beautiful green color. Then they smell amazing. And I decided actually to chop 3 cloves of garlic and put it in the middle of rice, since I didn't have fresh garlics. Now I also have soaked 3 cups of basmati rice in water and salt, and I have soaked it at least for 2 hours. And now we're ready to cook our rice. I got rid of the excess amount of water in the rice that I had soaked, and now I put it in the hot boiling water, and I'm going to cook this until it's almost cooked, half cooked, or al dente, and then we're going to drain our rice and mix our herbs with it. Spring is here and spring flowers are already blooming. Tulips, hyacinth, which is a very traditional flower that we use during Nowruz time and are on half seen. And now let's go mix our rice here. This is the cooked rice, a half cooked rice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put oil at the bottom of my pot here. Enough oil so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot, because we want to have a good tahdig. And actually I'm going to add a little bit of milk in here. I'm going to give you all the amounts, so don't worry about the amounts. And then I will add my saffron to the bottom of this, generous amount of saffron that I have dissolved. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this like that. And then we will put the rice about maybe 2 spatulas of rice, and mix it with your saffron here and milk. And then you layer it with your beautiful herbs right here. And I'm going to actually go ahead and mix it really well, because I want to see these herbs in my tahdig. So I'm gonna mix it right here, and then we will go ahead and put more rice, and then layer it again with our herb mixture. I'm gonna finish layering and we'll be back. Our beautiful mixed rice is in the pot. It looks beautiful, and if you were here, you could smell this rice. It's just, the smell is amazing. So we kind of make it like pile it like a mountain here. We're gonna put four holes in here so the vapor can escape, and we will cook it 10 minutes on medium, and then we lower the heat and cook it for another 30 to 40 minutes until the rice is completely done. Oh, after it starts steaming, we need to add more oil on top. Now let's see how we're gonna make our Kuku Sabzi, or fresh herb frittata. So our all the herbs are ready here. This is a mixture of cilantro, parsley, and chives or scallions. I use scallions, and I also chopped 2 cloves of garlic, and I put it in the herbs. They look beautiful and fluffy. And now we are going to whisk 5 eggs here. And make sure you break all the eggs here. And then I am going to add black pepper, turmeric, salt. Actually, I'm gonna get it a little. Sometimes if you put too much salt in your kuku, it becomes really salty. So I add all of these in here. And plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And whisk really, really good. And then we will add this to our herbs. I have to now mix it and make sure that the number of eggs, the amount of egg is enough in here. I think I may need a little bit more, but let's see. Some people also add fenugreek to the kuku. I'm not so crazy about fenugreek, so I'm gonna skip it. You can use 1 tablespoon of fenugreek, and we need to whisk this really well. This needs to be a little, not too thick, not too runny. I think I am going to need another egg. So let me go get it, and then we keep whisking this again. So I added 1 more egg here. The consistency is beautiful. I'm gonna add also 1 tablespoon of flour in here, and I'm gonna mix. Do you see the consistency? It's not too runny, it's not too thick. It's just about right. And then while I'm doing this, I put a generous amount of oil in this pan, maybe about 1/4 cup of oil, and I'm heating it. When this is hot, I'm gonna put the mixture in there. I'm gonna wait a little bit for my oil to become hotter, and then we're gonna pour this in there. All right, I think it's hot enough. You can also make this in the oven, bake it in the oven, but I always make it on the stove top, and it turns out really nice. Oh, I think it's not hot yet. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait, and then we'll come back. All right, I think it's hot enough. I am going to put the whole thing in there, and I'm gonna spread it, making sure that it covers the whole pan. And I'm gonna get every bit of this herb that I worked so hard for in there. Make sure that this is flat in there. Okay, this is good enough. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to cover this and I will cook it on medium heat, and then come back to show you how we're going to flip this over. So our kuku is cooking. See, when I move this, the middle jiggles, and that means it's not ready yet. So I'm going to let this cook longer till it hardens. And then our rice is cooking. You see the steam that is coming out? This tends to usually get dry, so I made some oil and water, and I'm gonna put it on top, so we'll have a nice and moist rice. And then we would let this cook a little bit longer. All right, this has hardened, so now it's time to flip it. Now, different people do it differently. Some people cut it into 4 or 6 pieces and they flip them one by one. But the way I like to do it is to, and please make sure you don't burn yourself, is to put a round plate on top, and then let's see if I could flip this. There we go. Nice. And then what I'll do is that I will again slide it in there. There we go. And then we would let the other side fry. I think I didn't mix my egg really well, so as you see, it's not all green. So make sure you mix your eggs really well with the herbs, so you don't see this. All you see is green. Our sabzi polo is ready, and here's the kuku sabzi, and here's our tarik. This is as I said, is a traditional dish that is served on Nowruz, and typically this is served with a white fish. We are frying our white fish, but I just wanted to show you the rice and the kuku. I hope you like this recipe. Enjoy, Nusha Jan, bon appetit, and happy Nowruz.